It has recently come to my attention. Oh, I'm jumping right in and I'm going very deep. It has recently come to my attention that we have the ability and the capacity to manipulate our cells and our genetics and possibly our DNA codes. Now, I'm sure this isn't information that's new, that's recently discovered, but it's new for me. Like, it's starting to really click and make sense to me that some of these conditions that we have been brainwashed into believing like runs in our bloodline or runs in our heredity. And I'm going to link this to astrology through Cancer, our divine mother, our divine womb space. I'm going to link this, and it could possibly be linked to other astrological signs, but I'm going to link this. I think this would be kind of like Cancerian type of mysteries right here. My question is, how does one manipulate their genetics, their DNA, and their cells on purpose with an intent of creating longevity, of creating health, wellness, joy, fluidity, you know what I'm saying? Increased and improved overall quality of life. Now, this is the same question that a lot of these scientists and geneticists, is that the correct term? This is what they're in these laboratories trying to discover as well. But because I'm in the school of Tahuti, and because I believe in the universal laws, as above, so below, as within, so without, I believe it's an inside job. I believe that this is something that can be done without any necessarily use of outside tools, outside mechanisms. I think this can be an inside job. Now, I believe that speaking life over one's cells, speaking life over one's genes. Oh, I age so well. Oh, I have longevity. I have great genes. I have a strong and pure bloodline. You know, speaking life. All my cells are regenerating healthily and harmoniously. You know, speaking affirmations and speaking life over cells. I believe that that may be one way that we can reprogram our cells, our genetics, our gene. When I say genetic, I mean genes. I think when they did the human genome study, they discovered that we have anywhere between 20 to 30,000 genes within our body that helps to instruct our DNA codes on how to create proteins. Listen, I don't have a science degree. I don't have a science degree. However, I am truly vested in my longevity and continued wellness, health, and prosperity and growth, right? I have a vested interest in that. So for those of you out here who are smarter and more well-versed in this science than I am, please share some intel and make it make sense. How do we purposely take our own power back and reprogram our cells, which is our building block? Like the cells, that's like the, from what I can gather and understand, is like the smallest, most molecular building block of our body that's helping to keep us in working order. How do we reprogram the cells? How do we reprogram our genes? How do we reprogram our DNA? I'm giving one example that I can think of, which is affirmations, speaking life into our cells, speaking life over our genes, speaking life into and over our DNA. Are there any other methods? Are there any other techniques where we can hack our genetic makeup ourselves on purpose? What's the name of this science? I know our ancestors probably had this wisdom. How do we tap into it and know this wisdom for ourselves? That's my question to the collective. How do we reprogram our own cells, our own genetics, our own DNA? See, these are some questions that's worth contemplating upon, because this right here can help us to extend our lifespan without having to consult with our regular pharmaceutical companies and regular physicians who may or may not have our best interest in mind, because once money gets involved, we have to question, do you really care about my health and my wellness, or are you really concerned about the profit and the money? So I want to take the middleman out of it. I'm willing to put in the work. What do I need to do to reprogram my genes, my cells, and my DNA? And I'll keep on doing my studies and my research too. I'll share what I have discovered. I'm going to definitely be tapping into that Cancerian energy once we get into the Cancer new moon and the Cancer full moon for some insight, because I feel like this might be some science that resides within the zodiac sign and planetary ruler, the moon in Cancer. I think this is linked to that energy. Okay, I'm signing in, out, above, beyond, below, beneath, underground, all around, uptown, downtown, midtown, here, there, anywhere, everywhere, nowhere, past, present, future. Now, I'm out.